This is Matt Russell, and welcome to the DailyFX Forum.
So welcome to the DailyFX Forum highlights video for 10 p.m. I'm just going to go ahead and scroll through some of the Eurodollar forum here, the latest page, see if anything catches my eye. And Tom Long, my associate, actually presented a chart. And here's a price level. And again, personally, I don't trade the euro, but over the past few days, I have been looking at the charts. And Tom has highlighted a level near the 44.80 area, which I do believe would be a swing point as well. But moving, let me go ahead and pull up my own charts. And now that I think about it, I'm also looking at this high spike here, which was actually a move to the 61.8, and look at the violent rally that preceded that. So that's an emotional price point. That's a swing point. That's a point that the market, once it got above, it's significant in my mind. And we can see, I would argue personally that prices right now are finding support, while it's certainly not clean, because of that level, because of the significance of that level. And we can see that prices have not fallen beneath it, and this is the level that Tom's using, again, that I also think is very relevant. Once this first level fails, and we can see that it does also converge with the longer term trend line right here. So again, that's a price point that I'd be looking at. Moving forward now, scrolling down to throughout the threads here, and here's an interesting chart by Mr. Pippin, and I really like what you've done here, and this is a great way to view the market in terms of scenarios in your head. So Mr. Pippin is calling for this being a left shoulder and prices eventually forming a right shoulder. So that's an excellent hypothesis. Now, is it going to work out? Who knows? Who cares? Let me go ahead and pull up the charts and show you how I would use that piece of information, because again, this is something that I didn't see until just right now. So according to that analysis, this would be the left shoulder and this would be the right shoulder. So with that being said, and again, he was waiting for some more separation, which I agree that it wouldn't be a valid head and shoulder pattern unless the right shoulder occurs maybe a month or so in the future. So with that premise, we could say that prices are essentially capped near that 48.50 area. So again, I would consider that a very plausible scenario as long as that 48.50 area holds. And we can also use that in terms of short-term trading. Again, personally, I might look to personally take a shot. One of the things I love about head and shoulder patterns, and certainly this particular scenario setting up, is that if it's going to be true, then prices should not exceed the right shoulder, or this line right here, by more than, let's say, 20-30 pips. So what does that mean? As prices come up to that 48.50 area, you might enter, and then you're able to place maybe a 40 or 50 pip stop. But again, if that stop is hit, that means that your analysis was flawed or incorrect, and that's it. You just go look for the next trade. So that's a great framework and a great way to view the market. And again, it's something I constantly do in the market, looking for scenarios to unfold in the future, and I don't enter unless those scenarios unfold exactly how, maybe not exactly, but in the way, sort of generally, that I expected them to. So scrolling down a little further now on the thread, some other charts, some excellent analysis here by A. Shewart. But moving down, I wanted to highlight just one more chart here. And this is Richard Crevo also. But what I wanted to mention was the Bilstein's chart here. And he's mentioning a very short-term triangle formation here, which would be confirmed with a close above this shorter-term resistance line. And if you look at this, if this is the C wave unfolding right now, this could be a 1-2-1-2 of C. With that being said, I mean, this looks like some sort of at least temporary bottom. As we can see, prices came down very sharply, closed beneath these candles here, and then there was maybe not as sharp of a rally, but certainly a quick enough rally that bottom was easily missed. So in my mind, that lends evidence, if you will, to the case that this could be a 1-2-1-2 of C. But again, we'd wait for confirmation with a close above that shorter term resistance line. Again, this is Matt Russell. Thank you for listening.